Welcome to the Fantasy Formula 1 Podcast. I'm your host, Paul, and tonight we are continuing with driver bios, and we are doing Logan Sargeant, my countryman who was the first American to get an FIA championship point in high 20s, low 30 years. He drives the number 2 car for Williams, and this was his rookie season. So since he was a rookie, him and Liam Lawson and Nico Hulkenberg and Nick DeVries. Well, actually, Nick DeVries started out as 5. That's weird. But anyway, so Logan Sargeant's his price started out at $4 million. It increased $1.8 million to a total of $5.8, and that is over all 22 races. During the 5 races that Liam Lawson was in the seat, his value went up to $5.9 million. And so, for those of you playing around at home, it means Liam Lawson went up more than his in a quarter of the time. But Logan Sargeant is, again, he's an American, which is one of the reasons I'm a huge fan of him. But it was a really rough season for him. There was some talk if he was going to lose his seat, but it doesn't appear that he's going to. It appears that he's going to be racing for Williams again in 2024. So we're going to talk about him. And there's a lot to analyze with his racing again. So when you think of him, we're not going for somebody who's going for the championship. His big goal is to get it into the top 10 and to be consistent and reliable. And one of the things he had issues with is exceeding track limits and crashing the car late in the year. And it was just kind of rough. It was a rough rookie season for him. So. And as far as all that translates into fantasy points, we'll talk about it. So round 1, Bahrain, he started out 16th, finished 12th, and got 11 points. Now, in full transparency, one of the contributing factors to my losing my friend's league, my friend league, is because I had Logan Sargeant on my primary team a little bit longer than I should have. I had him and I had Nick DeVries, and I was like, I believe in these rookies. I think they're good. Like Nick DeVries did really, really well in Formula 2, and Logan Sargeant, I believe, is a Formula 2 champion, or at least did really well. So I went in hard with Logan Sargeant, and I kept him around as long as I could. So after this first one, he started out 16th, finished 12th, and him being a rookie at $4 million got me 11 fantasy points, right? So I was sold. Like I'm keeping him around. Well, round 2, Saudi Arabia qualified 20th. I don't care, because as long as you finish better than you qualify, that's the important thing, right? Well, he qualified 20th, finished 16th. I guess he had gotten passed, and he had passed some other people. He finished with 2 fantasy points. Again, for $4 million, you're just trying to, all you care about you put your money towards the bigger drivers, and you want to make sure that whether you fill 3 slots or 2 slots or 1 slot, you have one of these, in quotes, lower tier or rookie or whatever drivers. And the important thing is that they don't cost you negative points. As long as they keep you in the green, then good, you can put your money towards your Red Bulls and your Mercedes and stuff like that. So that was my strategy going into 2023 with Logan Sargeant. Let's read on, shall we? Round 3 in Australia, qualified 18th, got a DNF. 56 laps into it, he crashed with him, Nick DeVries, and Pierre Gasly. No bueno. He got 5 points. Fine. So overall, he would have done a lot better, because I guess he had passed some people. Because remember, that 5 points is even with that DNF. So he would have had 25 points if he hadn't crashed, is a way to look at it. Going into round 4, qualified 15, finished 16. And Logan Sargeant, he qualified, finished 16. I don't see how he had negative 20 points. I wonder if I just move that around. Punchline is, didn't go well for him. I just don't see that. Anyway, I'll have to deal with that later. Maybe he just got passed a whole lot or something. But that shouldn't be. I need to go through and readjust that. But for round 5 in the United States, I'm going to go ahead and flag that real quick. I need to work on that stat. Again, I'm not a zero defect Paul here. I'll do my best, but I'm coming up no alibis. It's just it's just a lot, right? But it's a blast. I love this stuff. So round 5 in Miami, qualified 20, finished 20, and just didn't do too much. Got 1 fantasy point. Italy was out, and round 7 in Monaco, qualified 16, finished 18 for no points. Fine. Logan Sargeant in Spain, round 8, qualified 20, finished 20. Fine. So now he's just hanging out at the back of the pack. I don't know if he was nervous. I mean, I would be nervous as hell if I was driving a car like this, but and that's a statement of how good these cars are and how powerful they are in pulling lateral G's and all of this. I mean, I've pulled 7 G's symmetric, 4 G's asymmetric, but that's still not, that was in an aircraft, right? That wasn't consistent for hours like this. So round 9 in Canada, qualified 19, and it got a DNF in lap 6. And round 10 in Austria, qualified 18, finished 13, which is great. Got 19 points. Sweet. Great Britain, round 11, qualified 14, finished 11, got 6. See, this is good. And round 12 in Hungary, qualified 20, got a DNF, walked away with 2 points. And, okay, fine. Round 13 in Belgium, qualified 18, finished 17, walked away with 3. In the Netherlands, round 14, qualified 20, finished 20, got a DNF. Man, is this another one of those? I trust the DNF more than I trust that Max Verstappen got a... Yeah, so this goes Liam Lawson... Where'd Liam Lawson go? 13. Okay. Oscar Piastri got 9th. How did I miss this? Oscar Piastri and then Pierre Gasly got 3rd. And Sergio Perez got 4th. Valtteri Bottas got 14th. Yuki Tsunoda got 15th. Zhou Yu got 20th. Okay. Yeah, don't know how all of that worked out. But Yuki Tsunoda got 15th. Valtteri Bottas got... Oh, that's weird. Pierre Gasly. Man, what's going on here? You know what? We're just going to go... Yep, everyone's like, what are you doing, dude? Are you just doing math? Yeah, I want to make sure I get this right here. So what happened to Oscar Piastri? Oscar got 9. Yeah, there's a 9. And then Liam Lawson. Oh, Liam Lawson's the one I goofed up. 13. And then Nico Hulkenberg is it. Sorry, my bad. 12. Okay, so he didn't get 13th. He got 12. My bad. Okay, anyway, so we're back. So, but Logan Sargeant qualified 20th and got a DNF, so I gave him the negative. Technically, officially, he got 19th, but he got the negative 20 points, and that's that. Round 15 in Italy, qualified 13th, finished 17th, got 3 points. In Singapore, qualified 10. Everyone was super stoked about that. Finished 9. Boom, got his... Man... I don't know what's going on with this. This is really embarrassing. I should probably just restart this whole podcast, but I'm not going to. Nico Hulkenberg. That's where I'm goofing up. I'm goofing up Nico. So he got 13, and then Oscar Piastri got 7. And Max Verstappen did not get 14. Logan Sargeant got 14. Okay. So Logan Sargeant didn't get that. And then Max Verstappen. And we're in Singapore. Where did Max Verstappen got 5th? Okay. And then Nico got 13. Liam Lawson. I bet it was what was my math mistake? He got 14. There we go. Man. All right, cool. Anyway, we're back squared away with all that. So Logan Sargeant got 14. Liam Lawson got 9th, not 14. All right, now we're squared away. Man, okay, I love these stat sheets. I really hope that during the 2024 season, as I'm doing the stats race by race, and I can evaluate them and stuff, so I'm not putting in a billion stats all at one point. But what can you do? All right, so he got 6 points for round 16 in Singapore. Got it. In Japan, round 17, qualified 11, finished 11, and that is, again, not accurate because who finished 11? Liam Lawson did. Okay, so there's those two. Boom. Liam Lawson. Nico Hulkenberg got 14. Liam Lawson finished 11. Oscar Piastri, which was crazy. Oscar Piastri got a podium. Boom. Okay, I figured out my stats error. I just messed up. Again, as soon as Liam Lawson came in, and I threw off the numbers because Liam Lawson, Daniel Ricciardo, I mentioned in one of the other podcasts because, again, this isn't an excuse, it's an alibi because AlphaTauri went from having Nick DeVries to Daniel Ricciardo to Liam Lawson to Daniel Ricciardo. My copying and pasting in the numbers, it failed me, and I failed it. So, my fault, they're my stats, but hopefully that fixes it. So, negative 21 points for my countryman in round 17. Round 18 in Qatar, Logan Sargeant crashed out, got a DNF on lap 40. So, again, Max Verstappen, got to goof that all up. Nico Hulkenberg got 16. And Liam Lawson did pretty well. Liam Lawson got 17. All right, there's that. That's all set up. And so, and here we go. Logan Sargeant, man, qualified 18, DNF, got negative 34 fantasy points. I need to go back and look in the book and figure out what all of his detractors were. My guess is this was a sprint weekend. It was, and he qualified 20th for the sprint, and he got a DNF on the sprint as well. So he double tapped the DNF that weekend and got negative 34 points. Round 19, United States, Texas, he got 10th, and that was where he got his first FIA point. But also, if you remember, that is the same race that Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc both got their disqualifications. So he actually finished 12th and got into 10th because of that. Hey, rules are rules, and we all play by them, so the point counts. However, for me as a fantasy manager, I need to be a little bit careful about how much credence I give that. But good for him. I'm proud of him. Like, good countryman. Like, I'll absolutely stand behind him. In no way is taking anything away from him. I just wanted to make sure all the facts are known. Round 20 from Mexico, he got a DNF again, total of 6 points. Round 21 from Brazil, he finished 11th with 12 points. In Vegas, qualified 7th, finished 16th with negative 3 points. Rounding out the season in Abu Dhabi, qualified 11th, finished 16th with 5 points. So, for my countryman, he drove in all 22 races, did 83 overtakes, 3.77 overtakes per race. He had one top 10 finish, 4 DNFs. I think I lied. I don't know if I counted those right. So 18% of the time he didn't finish. And he finished the race at 5.8 million and a negative 17 fantasy points. So if you had him, you'd have gone negative 0.13 points per million. And as soon as he can, like other people, right? As soon as he didn't have those 4 DNFs didn't exist, then, or even if one of them didn't exist, well, then it would be as soon as one of them did exist, but 3 of them didn't, that would be another 60 points, 60 points, and he would have been, it wouldn't have been great, but then he would have been back up into this same neck of the woods as like Daniel Ricciardo for the whole season, right? With 49 points, he would have been, on the same page as like Liam Lawson, right? With 21 points. He would have been, and I'm not trying to be like, well, he could have, would have, could have, should have, right? But Nico Hulkenberg, who we're going to get to from Haas, he had 59 points. So as soon as he'd been able to as soon as my countryman had been able to avoid those DNFs, then it would have been a very different thing. Again, I say all that, not to say, well, he shouldn't have crashed. I say all that to say, to keep driving the point home that in fantasy Formula One, not finishing a race will crash your career, crash your season, very much so. But all right, that's all of it for Logan Sargeant, my countryman. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this year. Again, with Williams, they're stacked, man. Like they have nothing but potential going forward, and they know what they have to do. They just have to do it. And as soon as he can stay out of the wall, and as soon as Logan Sargeant and anybody, but as soon as Logan Sargeant can stay in the race and knock off some of these DNFs and finish in the positive, then he's absolutely the value player to have on your team to get that spot that won't hurt you, might not help you too much, but fill that spot, have it be positive so you can put the money towards other drivers. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Cheers.